Hello everybody, I'm Koda and welcome back to Vaals Dierenpark. It has been a while and with good reason because we got a lot ahead of us. And I mean a lot. And definitely a lot of construction time. So, first of all, it's still in progress. Like we're still constructing things. This building still needs to get a paint job done and a proper roof, but it's temporary and it works, so that's fine. We got a lot of things now going on and getting settled in and arriving and leaving. Like we got two new species for this new area, which I'm going to review right now. This will be the Asian area for Vaals Dierenpark, outside of, besides the tropical hall building, which has New Guinea in it, which is technically Asia. So yeah, let's just meet some old friends first in new enclosures. So this is Fish Meats or Palace Cat Lady new enclosure. We gave her a little bit less space as she doesn't move a lot. So she's not gonna run a lot, but she can climb in here and has some bamboo. As you can see, we got two species of bamboo. The larger ones we actually got a lot of. You will see them like we imported quite a bit and got some from all over the world. We imported some from breeders and or planters, I believe it's called, botanical gardens and all that stuff. But there's a lot of it, and they grow really fast. They grow really fast. So that's really cool. So we go over here and we have a little bit of a split section, but we're going up first. This is our recreation of the Himalayan mountain, basically. Not that it's actually a mountain, it's more like a hill. I mean, what else could you do in the Netherlands? You can't really build a mountain, can you? And here is our new exhibit for Beryl and Daryl. And Beryl over there is sitting in his new cave. Um, it's just basically a half a moon because it's a moon bear. Thought it would be a nice little touch. The bears cannot climb out because on the inside there's a little electrical fence in front of it, and the bears have no grip when if they would like to climb out, they just can't hold themselves. And the poles are reinforced by sitting in that stone, so it will be all be Gucci. Lots of foliage, which will be very common in here. Now we have a large exhibit, which originally was planned for two species, um, but I think we will narrow it down to one. I will still need to look at that because it's not because they're not compatible, but it's basically because there's just no mod for the second species that I was hoping for. I might just get a replacer, a placeholder that just looks a lot like it. I have found something that will look like it, so but I just will need to discuss that. So, but for now, this will be for our Mark Horse, and it's really big. It's way too big for just Mark Horse, in my opinion. So, a second species will come in. If not that species that I wanted, I will just split it up because Mark Horse can pretty much only live with that species together. And there's a reason why we did not put a yak in it, which was also on my drawing board. But yak are, I don't know, yak just don't really feel like they would fit in here because it sounds really weird, but when I think of the Himalaya, of course you think of yaks and such. But we ended up not going with yaks in here because I think they will serve a better purpose in a other area. And in the end, if they don't really fit in that area, we can always move them in here because there's enough space to just border off a little area like up here. So yeah, there's a lot of things still in the works, in the making. Another view of the very spacious Moon Bear exhibit. Really, the idea is to give the animals a bit more space than like in other exhibits we have, which a lot are being rebuilt and reused and all that stuff. So we just give more space to the animal, so it's more. So you need to just look more for the animal, like as if it would be in the as if it would be in the wild. You won't just stumble upon a bear or an elephant in the wild lands of Asia. So that's a bit of the idea behind being the exhibit's a bit more spacious. But now we're going this way, which is more of like the hill of the mountain, um, where first we have a flight aviary for or three lammergeiers or bearded vultures. Um, they've been doing really well in here. They really enjoy now being able to actually fly properly. So that's really cool. And then we got a bottom view section for the Marcos. Now, don't worry about the Marcos jumping off because there is a very steep cliff down here, and it's very unlikely that they want to, first of all, jump over the fence that is electric. It's an electric fence, so it will hurt them if they try to escape. And if they try to escape once, we can just sedate them because they will be stuck down there within the branches. And then we can just relocate it, and they probably will never, ever, ever attempt it again. Right here, there's another a bit more hidden electric fence up there as well, just in case they want to try to climb out. However, Marcos are not as much of jumpers as Ibex are, which are which are jumpers. And we have a bit of a secret thing going on here. Just well, not really much secret because there's still a path, but anyway. These are new animals to the zoo, being two female red pandas, which we got from Park Prisrodi, for a pair of kookaburra. So they have left, and these two girls have arrived. And these will not be the only species living in this exhibit because, as you can see, it's a quite spacious for just two pandas, or red pandas, I should say. Um, I have a plan to introduce a old member that once was a part of the old zoo, Vlaanderen Zoo, and has left us quite in the early stages. I'm gonna just let you guys guess what species it is, but I'm gonna look if I can get them back, or just one of the like species, or just arrange something for like birds and such, because there isn't much of like I don't need it like right now, so it can just happen literally anywhere. But I will show it, and I'll be just on the lookout for that species. And has most likely the big thing of this section. Like I'm really happy with this species that will be living in here. I'm saying will because we don't have it yet. It has not arrived yet. Um, because it needs to come from far, and we had the exhibit done before he actually came. So there we go. As you can see, there's no interior done yet because that will also still need to be done. This is a really large exhibit. Um, as you can see, it's going to be for a carnival because we have all this electric fence there. This is not electric, don't worry. This is just to keep air in here so people won't suffocate because of smelly stuff like sweat and such. Um, but this will be for a male Nepalese clouded leopard. I'm very proud to have this species, to be honest. There are already cloud leopards in here, but those are Indo-Chinese. This is just a second subspecies for cloud leopard within the UCZ, and that's really cool in my opinion. And it's a male, which is always cool. Not that females are not cool, they are also really cool. It doesn't really matter anyway. But yeah, we have a waterfall right here, because there is a moat of water going around the whole exhibit, because it's basically a leopard island. It's really spacious, and as you can see, there's no roof on it, which is quite unusual for a leopard exhibit. We decided to do this because I wanted to show just like the leopards want to climb, and making another high aviary will cost a lot, and then we would need to have supports right in the middle of the exhibit, and that will look all ugly and such. So I decided why not go open air. But the first front, like the first row of chain is regular chain, and then on top we have electric chain, and that's all around the exhibit. That's chain. So it's secure. We are training our zookeepers just in case, just for preparation and precaution, how to deal with an escaped cloud leopard, just with like our African leopards or serval and a lot of other animals, because we just want to be sure that all animals are safe and well. Yes, it's a very large exhibit, and out here we're still I still blocked it off. We got it blocked off because I don't want to show that just yet. That will be for another time. But let's actually take a look inside these exhibits. So as you can see, the cloud leopard exhibit is really lush. And that's because they live in very lush jungles near rivers. Hence why I did the water thing. And why did I do the rocks? Well, because it's near the Himalayas and it would be really cool to show that water actually comes from mountains, therefore the waterfalls. Basically, it would be like that. It would be a water source up the top of the mountain, and or because of the ice melting, and so it would flow down the mountain into like a waterfall thing, and make a nice river or creek. It's more of a creek, and that's the indoor exhibit for the cloud leopard. It can just climb these trees freely. It's probably not gonna be seen a lot by visitors because it has a hell of a camouflage. So that would be really cool. Well, yeah, we will be placing posters here with how to spot a clouded leopard and all that stuff. That would be really cool. And let's actually take a look at some other exhibits. So the red panda, we did a little water mode. Just for precaution, red pandas don't really often escape. They kind of stick to their food place. Um, but yeah, we got a climbing structure going on for them. Not that big. They can't really jump over here. And if they do, there's an electric fence on the other side. So there isn't much of an issue then. And would actually only just bring them to their back area, to their night house, which is on the other side, which is fine. I mean, there would not be any issue. And we have these guys, the Markhors. They have a really spacious exhibit, as you can see. Some rocks where they can climb on and stand on. Just be very proud. And this Nepalese stable structure. Well, it's not specifically Nepalese. It's inspired by Nepalese, Himalayan, Tibetan, just in general Asiatic like architecture. I think it turns out really well. Yeah, now we just got these bears, which the exhibit is actually more so inspired by how older zoos, like back in like the vintage zoos, we had like these bear pits, and I thought that would be really cool to do again because I think I have always loved the looks of bear pits, and I was like, yeah, let's just do it. We have this bear pit valley, and here's the cave. It's just a little thing. It's nothing special. In there, there's a secret door for Eddie and all the other zookeepers to get inside the exhibit. And within this big, massive rock wall, there was actually a facility, like a whole facility going on for all the Asian animals in here, and that will be on the other side of the cliff because there is a lot on the other side as well. But that's all for later. Where the zookeepers can just walk around and feed the animals from and store up food and all that stuff. And we got now one last exhibit to enter. That's this one. Not that impressive or that unique, I think. Just some rocks and with some plates on it. I mean, this is a nice little detail. A water buffalo skeleton, though they would never actually meet water buffaloes in their natural habitat. But yeah, the average Joe probably won't ever even know that. But okay, about alright. That was it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys like what I did here. Even though it's very different from the style that, well, at least in my opinion, it's very different from what I've done before in Vaals Dierenpark. But this is probably the style I'll keep going with, like with more spacious exhibits, more planned out and such, and more time within detailing and such. So yeah, leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment about what you think of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.